How did VPI Strategies end up claiming generational expertise as its area of focus as a general management consulting firm? It was seeded by my own management nightmare, and then stoked by generational research that I've done over the years. But let me tell you about the nightmare. Several years ago, I had a gentleman who was about 15 years older than me that reported into me. It was now time to report budget to actual up the chain of command. And I call him in, taking a look at the numbers, and I'm like, "Hey Bob, what are we going to do about these numbers? Because we're not close." He says, "Don't worry about it. We have the relationships. Things will be fine." Okay. A couple weeks later, I'm taking a look. I don't see any momentum. "Bob, I'm going to have to report something. What do we have here? Tell me you've got something to work with." He says, "Don't worry about it. We've got the relationships. Things are fine." About a week later, I'm looking. I don't see any movement. I call him back in. "Bob, what are we going to do about these numbers?" He puts his hands on my desk. He leans in, looks me straight in the eye, and he says, "Do you know where I went to school?" "What do I care where the guy went to school? I'm looking for results." What I didn't understand is we had a classic generational conflict. We had different motivations. Something that was really important to his generation wasn't as important to mine. And in the classic, "Oh, if I only understood then what I know now," I could have said something like, "Hey Bob, what does your alumni network say about your inability to get me numbers?" Or more constructively, "How could we tap into your alumni network in order to get our numbers?" But I didn't know that. And he thought what he had was a gender issue on his hands. He wrote a letter to the CEO of the organization. I was investigated by Human Resources. Never drank so much water in an hour in my life when they came to talk to me. And I was eventually exonerated because they recognized my top 5 performers were guys. Oh, if I would have only known. I continue this work, not just because I want a better relationship with people, but there's an understanding that other people are having management nightmares because we have different motivations, work styles, learning styles, and leadership styles. And if I can educate organizations on what those differences and similarities are, then I feel we have the keys to the kingdom and we can have much more effective organizations.